and another property of acid. But before this, I will revise what we studied on yesterday. Okay, we studied one thing. I will revise in very quick manner. Okay, we studied that when we put zinc granules, okay, zinc granules, I'm underlining this word granules, it could be asked. So when we take a when we take zinc granules, this is test tube. I think this is not so important to tell that this is test tube and this is holder and this is tub, and okay, I think so. And you are aware of this. So when we take zinc granules, or we can take another metals, okay, metals like magnesium, metals like iron, and another metals in this test tube, and we are adding HCl to this. Okay, we are adding HCl to this, or you can add any type of acid. You can add any type of acid. You can add any acid. Okay, try to memorize these acids. Take a screenshot. I told you on just yesterday, take a screenshot and try to memorize these acids because they are very, very important. Now, we add HCl, we added HCl. Okay, or you can add any type of acid. It can be H2O. So, it will convert when we add any metal with any acid, it will form salt and hydrogen gas will remove. Okay, right now I'm adding zinc metal with acid known as H2SO4. So it will produce salt, that this zinc will go with this SO4. Now remember that zinc is displacing H2SO4. Sorry, H2 zinc is displacing this hydrogen. So this will form ZnSO4. ZnSO4 is a salt, zinc is a metal, and SO4 is a non-metal. So it's known as salt, and it will release hydrogen gas, these hydrogen gas. Okay, now here this hydrogen gas is formed. Hydrogen gas is formed, bubbles of hydrogen gas is formed, and this hydrogen gas follows this path, and by this path hydrogen gas will enter into soap solution. Okay, the green bubbles are of hydrogen gas, and the blue part, or I'm indicating with red part, is soap solution. So the bubbles will come out. Now the bubbles are of soap. The bubbles are made up of soap. They are soap bubbles, okay? Because hydrogen get mixed with soap solution. Hydrogen gas get mixed with this soap solution. And the bubbles will come out. Now these bubbles, the covering of these bubbles are of soap. Covering is of soap, but inside they are filled with hydrogen gas. They are filled with hydrogen gas because here they get mixed. And whenever you put something, some flame, you can put candle, you can put lighter, you can put matchstick. Okay, we just need something flame. So these bubbles will burst and they create a sound which is known as pop sound, and it will feel like pat pat pat, this sound. Okay, we burn so many crackers in Diwali and we know how it sounds like. So it will create pop sound, and this pop sound is an identification of H2 gas. Remember this. Whenever you put a burning thing or a burning flame near to a gas, and if it will burst creating a sound like pop sound, it is the indicator of hydrogen gas. You have to remember this. Now the reaction is like whatever metal you take and whatever acid you take, it will form salt and it will produce hydrogen gas. Okay, and this is a formula we have to remember. Okay, I'm taking a random metal, that is magnesium, and I'm adding H2SO4 with this, so it will produce magnesium sulfate. Now remember that this magnesium will go with sulfur. So this magnesium will go with this sulfate. Okay, this is sulfate. SO4 is a sulfate. And when this magnesium will go with this sulfate, this magnesium is replacing this hydrogen. Magnesium is replacing hydrogen. Okay, this magnesium is replacing this hydrogen. So here the hydrogen will release. Okay, the hydrogen gas will release again. So there is only one formula you have to remember, that whatever metal you take, and whatever acid you take, it will form salt and hydrogen. Okay, it will form salt and hydrogen. Okay, you can take another examples. Now remember that this hydrogen, magnesium is replacing this hydrogen. Remember this, that magnesium is replacing hydrogen. You have to remember this. Now whatever you take as a metal, okay, and whatever you take as acid, whatever you take as metal, or whatever you take as acid, will give same results. Either you take magnesium, or you take iron, or you take calcium, whatever you take, or you take zinc, or in acid, if you take acetic acid, or if you add HCl, or if you take nitric acid, okay, whatever you take, any acid, they will go with same results. But now there is an exception. Now there is an exception. What is this exception? Okay, if I take copper, with any of this acid, if I take copper with any of this acid, remember this very carefully, it will never go with this same reaction. Remember this, if I take copper. Okay, remember here I added zinc with acid. Here I added magnesium with acid. Okay, I'm taking same acid, or I'm taking HCl in every test tube. Here I take iron with same acid, that is HCl, and here I took copper with HCl. Okay, now what would happen? Carefully, exception is our copper. Okay, our copper is exception. Now what would happen? This is Zn plus HCl. Okay, zinc granules are present here. Here magnesium granules are present. Here ferrous granules are present, and here copper granules are present. Okay, this is exception. What would happen if I add HCl with zinc? The result will be same. What is the result? It will produce salt and release H2 gas. It will produce ZnCl and release H2 gas. Okay, what happened with magnesium? I add magnesium with HCl. Okay, it will produce MgCl and release hydrogen gas. This chlorine goes with magnesium. Okay, this chlorine goes with this magnesium, and remember this, that magnesium is replacing hydrogen. Here zinc is replacing hydrogen. So this thing occur. Now I'm taking ferrous with HCl. You can take any type of acid. Okay, no problem. You can take HCl, you can take H2SO4, whatever you want to take. FeCl, it is going with this, and all of them are making salt. What is salt? When a metal and non-metal comes together, it will form salt. So ferrous, magnesium, and zinc are metals, and chlorine is definitely non-metal, so they are salt. ZnCl is salt, magnesium chloride is salt, ferric chloride is salt, and hydrogen is releasing. Now the star of the show is copper. What would happen if I add copper with HCl? Okay, there is no reaction at all. There is no reaction. No reaction. Why? Each and every metal with added with this acid giving same reaction, they are forming one thing. They are forming, if I take any acid, and if I take any metal, they are giving me salt and H2 corresponding salt. What would I have taken if I have taken or zinc, or if I have taken iron, okay, ferrous, or if I have taken magnesium? But the copper behaves very differently. Why copper behaves very differently? Because look at this, look at this, look, magnesium reacts more vigorously. Okay, it will produce hydrogen very vigorously with this same experiment we are doing. Okay, if here I can use magnesium, iron, copper, okay, whatever I want. So zinc, magnesium will work more vigorously, means it will produce hydrogen very quickly. It is very eager to produce hydrogen. Okay, zinc reacts bit slowly, iron reacts very slowly, and copper does not react at all. Copper will not produce anything. There will be no reaction. What acid, whatever you add, if you add HCl, there will be no reaction. If you add H2SO4, there will be no reaction. If you add HNO3, this is nitric acid, there will be no reaction. So why there is no reaction with copper? There is no reaction with copper because look at this thing. It is known as reactive series. This is known as reactive series. Okay, what is this reactive series? Look, here our hydrogen, here is our hydrogen. Okay, all the metals we used magnesium, we used zinc, we used iron, or you can use calcium, whatever you use here. Okay, I'm taking magnesium plus HCl, and it gives me MgCl plus hydrogen gas. Now, as we know that this magnesium is replacing this hydrogen, we know this. Now, look at the positions. Potassium is most reactive element present on our earth. Okay, sodium is lesser reactant, calcium is lesser reactant, then magnesium is less reactant than reactive than calcium, then aluminum is less reactive than magnesium, carbon is less reactive than aluminum, zinc is less reactive than this. So as we go downwards, the reactivity falls. Okay, as we go downward, the reactivity falls. So in this series, potassium is most reactive element, and platinum or gold are least reactive, means potassium or sodium are highly reactive. Okay, they are more reactive, or you can say more socialized, they can react with anything. Okay, and gold and platinum are not reactive, they are not socialized with other elements, and they don't want to react with any other element. So now magnesium is more reactive than hydrogen, zinc is more reactive than hydrogen, and iron is more reactive than hydrogen, so they can replace hydrogen. But copper is less reactive than hydrogen, because as we go down, the reactivity series falls. It means that any element which is presenting in down series is less reactive to its upper one. Okay, so copper is less reactive than hydrogen because it is placed one rank lesser than hydrogen, so it is on lesser rank, so copper is less reactive. Okay, now if I use this copper and HCl, then there will be no reaction. Why? So because copper is less reactive than hydrogen, so if hydrogen is more reactive or more socialized than copper, then chlorine will never release this, or chlorine can't release this, because hydrogen is more reactive. So are no chances that this less reactive element can replace hydrogen. So finally there will be no reaction. There is no reaction. Copper does not react at all. But with other equations, copper is very less reactive and it cannot replace this. So there is no reaction. But here ferrous can replace hydrogen, magnesium can replace hydrogen, magnesium can replace hydrogen, ferrous can replace hydrogen, and zinc can replace hydrogen. Not only this, all these, all these, all these elements can replace hydrogen because they are more active. They are more active so that they can replace hydrogen. Okay, but those who are less reactive cannot replace hydrogen. So copper is on lesser rank, or it is on down rank, we can say. So it is, copper is comparatively more reactive, lesser reactive than hydrogen. So whatever acid you use, okay, now I'm going with H2SO4. Now we know hydrogen is here, hydrogen is more reactive, so hydrogen, copper is not able to remove this because there are good bonding between this. Okay, now copper is supposed to be remain uh, isolated or solitary, but if there is this thing, magnesium and H2SO4, we know that magnesium stays here and it is comparatively more, it is very at very higher rank, and if someone is higher, is at higher rank, it is more reactive. So magnesium is more much more reactive than hydrogen, much more reactive because it is. Okay, then lead is, if you go with lead is less reactive than hydrogen. It is reactive but less reactive. Tin is more reactive, iron is more reactive. And if we compare potassium and hydrogen, then potassium is we can say many times reactive than hydrogen. Okay, now magnesium is at much higher rank, here our hydrogen lies and here our magnesium lies. So magnesium is much more reactive than hydrogen, so it can easily replace hydrogen because it wants to react with SO4, so it can remove hydrogen because it is more reactive. So it will form MgSO4 and the hydrogen will get removed and it will go outside in the form of hydrogen gas. So this is all about how metal acids react with metal. You have to remember only one exception, that is copper, because it is less reactive. If we want to understand by silver, definitely silver cannot replace hydrogen because it is at lower rank. Gold cannot replace hydrogen definitely because it is less reactive. Platinum also cannot replace hydrogen because it is at less place, or it is lower, at lower rank. So only upper elements which are on upper rank can replace elements those who are on lower rank, because as they high, their reactivity is higher. So copper cannot react with acids because why? Only because acids, because only acid contains H2 or hydrogen. We studied on yesterday that only acid have hydrogen. They can release hydrogen. We know that each and every acid have hydrogen and they can release their hydrogen. That's why copper never goes with any of acid, because copper don't have any capacity. Copper, okay, copper can't replace these hydrogens because copper is more reactive, so it will remain alone. Okay, now we are going to, if you have any type of problem in understanding anything, okay, you can text me in chat box. Be free, you can ask anything while my class. Now we are going to study about reaction with metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates of acid. What we are study till yet, we study so acid so test. We know how acids change. Litmus paper, we know actions of acid with methyl orange and phenol phthalate. We studied it will color change color or not change color. Okay, corrosive in nature, it can corrode or it can melt any surface, so they have to be kept in glass bottles. We studied uh, reactivity with different metals. Okay, on different metals, acid can react with any of these metals. Acid can react with any of these metals, okay, on this. But after this, acid cannot react because acid have hydrogen. Definitely they are, acids are known as acids. Why acids are known as acids? Because they have hydrogen, H plus. We studied on yesterday that if anything can lose H plus, it is known as acid, weak acid or strong acid or whatever. But if they can lose acid, hydrogen, if they can lose hydrogen ion, H plus ion, then they are acid. So definitely acid have hydrogen, and this hydrogen cannot replace something which is below them. It can replace only this thing. Okay, so copper never goes with, or silver or gold, platinum never works with acid. Okay, now I'm going to another point, that is reaction with carbonates and metal carbonates. Now what is this? And It will be very good for you if you will learn all these reactivity series. Okay, it will be very good for you because you could be asked in your exams. Now, reaction of acid with metal carbonate and metal hydrogen carbonate. Now, what is metal carbonate? Metal carbonate is metal. You know, all of them are metals. All of them are metals. Okay. So, metal carbonate is any metal and carbonate. So, I'm taking sodium here and carbonate is CO3. So, it is CO3. Okay. This is known as metal carbonate. Now, what is metal hydrogen carbonate? It will be metal. Sodium, you can take any type of metal. This is hydrogen and this is CO3 carbonate. So it is known as metal hydrogen carbonate. Okay. Now, particularly this HCO3 is known as bicarbonate. Remember, metal carbonate, metal you can take sodium, you can take calcium, you can take ferrous, you can take magnesium, you can take copper. Okay, carbonate is CO3. So this is metal carbonate. I can use CaCO3, I can use FeCO3, I can use MgCO3, I can use CuCO3. All of them are carbonates, metal carbonates. But metal hydrogen carbonates are again metal. Metal is sodium, metal is copper, metal is ferrous, metal is magnesium, metal is copper. Okay, metal is calcium. Hydrogen, this is hydrogen and carbonate is again CO3. So this is known as metal hydrogen carbonate. This entire thing is known as metal hydrogen carbonate. But if I take this HCO3, so this HCO3 is particularly known as bicarbonate. So now if I go with the root of bicarbonate, I can say that it is metal bicarbonate. So there are two names of this thing, sodium hydrogen carbonate, or you can say sodium bicarbonate. This is sodium and this is known as bicarbonate. So I can say sodium bicarbonate. Okay, so this is sodium bicarbonate. And now we are going to study that how acids react with sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate. So first I'm taking, or metal carbonate, okay? Better if we say metal carbonate. So now I'm taking metal carbonate. That this is, I'm taking sodium, you can take any other carbonate. Sodium carbonate and I'm taking HCl. Now remember that Na is more reactive than hydrogen. We studied on just right now we studied, so it can replace hydrogen. So it will be NaCl and this HCO3 forms H2O and CO2. Okay. If I use another metal carbonate, it will form again. Calcium is more reactive than hydrogen, so calcium can replace hydrogen. So it will form CaCl2 after balancing H2O and CO2. Okay, now what is the formula? If I use metal carbonate with acid, any type of acid, it will form a salt. This is a salt. Why this is a salt? Because one metal and one non-metal produces salt. Calcium is a metal, chlorine is non-metal. Sodium is a metal, chlorine is a non-metal, and it will form water and CO2. This is the formula which you have to remember. Okay, when I take metal with acid, it will form salt, water and carbon dioxide. We can go with another acid. If I'm taking this metal carbonate and I'm using this metal carbonate with this sulfuric acid. Okay, previously I took HCl and now I'm taking this H2SO4. Same thing will occur. Sodium has the capacity to replace H2, so it will form this is Na2CO3. Okay, now this will Na2SO4, and when these two things will come together, it will form H2O and CO2 again. Okay, if I add metal carbonate with this acid, it will form salt. Again, this is salt. Why salt? Because sodium is metal and SO4 is non-metal, sulfate is non-metal. And it will form H2O and CO2. Same formula. This is the same formula. Okay, look at this. This is the same formula. Same formula. Metal carbonate, acid will form salt, water and CO2. Metal carbonate with acid forms salt, water and CO2. So the formula of metal carbonate, in this you have to, if A is metal and this is carbonate. Okay, if A is a metal and if this is carbonate, so here the valency of metal will be 2 always. Remember this. Okay, now I can use Mg2, Cu2, Ca2, Fe2. Remember, in metal carbonate, if I think that A is metal, then you have to put 2 here. Okay, it is in 2 in formula. And in metal hydrogen carbonate, Na is 1, hydrogen is 1, and this is CO3. And this metal hydrogen carbonate is also known as metal bicarbonate. Now, I'm using metal hydrogen carbonate, or I can say metal bicarbonate. This is metal, this is hydrogen, this is carbonate. And if I use this separately, it is known as bicarbonate. So I can say this is metal bicarbonate. Okay, now this is metal bicarbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate and working with acid. Same thing will occur. It will replace this hydrogen because sodium is more reactive. So it will form NaCO3 again plus H2O plus CO2. Same thing. Okay, so if I use metal hydrogen carbonate plus acid, it will form a salt, it will form water, and it will form this CO2. Again, same formula. Same formula. Okay, so either you use metal carbonate, which is Na2CO3, okay, or you used metal hydrogen carbonate, which is NaHCO3, or you can say metal bicarbonate. Results will be same. Both of them acting with, when they act with acid, both of them will produce a salt, they produce water, and they produce carbon dioxide. Okay, so the reaction of acid with metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate, which is also known as metal bicarbonates, whatever you use, the formula will be same. It will give us salt, it will give us H2O, and it will give us carbon dioxide. Okay, I'm performing one more equation. If I'm using metal hydrogen carbonate with H2SO4, okay, now what will happen? This sodium will replace this hydrogen because it has the capacity to replace it, because it is more reactive, so it will form NaSO4 plus, it will form CO2, and it will form H2O. Okay, same, salt plus CO2 plus water. You have to just remember this formula. If I use sodium, or if I use metal carbonate, I use metal hydrogen carbonate here, I am using metal carbonate here. With H2SO4, it will give same result. It will form Na2SO4. Okay, I need to balance this. You know about the balancing. Okay, now here I used two molecules. So balancing is something other. Yeah, right now we are talking about the formula. So this will replace this. Okay, and Na will come here and it will form NaSO4 plus CO2 plus H2O. Okay, if I balance this it will be like this, 2, 2. So, okay, right now I'm doing, I can't tell you what is balancing, but the formula is same. Salt plus CO2 plus water. Okay, so formula is same. Whatever you use, either you use metal carbonate with acid, or you use metal hydrogen carbonate with acid, or you can say metal bicarbonate, the result will be same. It will form salt, it will form water, and it will form carbon dioxide. It will goes with this. Okay, this. Okay, I think hopefully you got understand what I am teaching. Please reply me in chat box that if you are able to understand what I taught you, because it is a bit difficult topic and boring too. Okay, Faizan is able to understand. Tala, what about you? Are you able to understand? Okay, so you can use any type of metal, but don't use this thing. Don't use copper. You cannot use copper. Okay, you cannot use copper. Why we cannot use copper? Because if we use copper, copper will never replace hydrogen, because we studied about reactivity series and we know that copper cannot replace hydrogen. So finally there will be no reaction. So you can write any metal. Okay, in these previous reactions we studied this previous reaction, that how metal reacts with acid. We studied this. Okay, how metals react with acid, and there was a formula that if metal goes with acid it will form salt and hydrogen. And we studied this, that if a metal goes with, or metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate goes with acid, it will form salt, water, and carbon dioxide. This is a formula. Whatever metal you take, whatever acid you take, will give same result. But remember that never take carbon dioxide in your never take copper in your example, because if you use the copper in your example, there will be no reaction, because if you are working with acid, or don't use anything below this reactive, don't use anything below this. Okay, because they are uh, you know less reactive, and they can't replace hydrogen, so please don't use anything beyond this. You can use anything in your example, because they can replace hydrogen. Okay, so don't use copper in your exams, or you could be asked that what would happen if we use copper. So copper has nothing to do with acid, it is all failure, it cannot replace hydrogen, it cannot replace hydrogen. Okay, so today I'm finishing my class a bit earlier, and we will meet on Saturday because tomorrow we are not having any class. Okay, till then take care of yourselves, and if you have any problem you can text me on WhatsApp.